Under 40 CEOs, drive your ambition. I took a ride with a talented, aspiring fashion designer. But little does she know that I started out in fashion and styling myself. I'll be sharing amazing information about starting out small, delivering excellent service, which will ensure that Angel keeps getting referred. The season finale promises to be an exciting one. Let's drive. Join Angel George, a budding fashion designer, as she's driven by me, her mentor, Familusi Akimbabajide, the Executive Director for Africa at Under 40 CEOs.
All right, so this is Drive Your Ambition, Under 40 CEOs Drive Your Ambition, brought to you by Mitsubishi and shot on Samsung. Of course, my name is Familusi Akimbabajide, Executive Director for Africa at Under 40 CEOs, but we also have a mentee of mine for the day in the car with me in the person of Angel George. Welcome to Drive Your Ambition.
Thank you, it's nice to meet you, sir.
It's the season finale. So I'm excited about that. So how are you? I hear you're the fashion designer who is yet to become a fashion designer.
Well, I'm fine, yes, and you're correct. A fashion designer that is yet to become a fashion designer. Because I actually have passion for fashion designing, yeah. But I'm fine, I'm okay.
All right, so tell me real quick, how did you even get on the show?
So I was going through Instagram on that fateful day, and at that point I actually lost my job. So, I mean, it's to make a video, right, and explain what I'm going to do with this mentorship. And of course, the cash prize, and I did.
Oh, I thought you were going to leave that out. 200,000 Naira cash prize.
I wasn't going to leave that out, actually.
You may go on.
So I gave it a shot, and I made the video with like 60 seconds thereabout. I uploaded it, and I was lucky. I don't want to use lucky. I was blessed, and I got this opportunity.
Shortlisted, and then
I'm grateful for anyway.
Amazing. So we'll come to what you intend to do with the money later on.
Yeah.
Because I know you have a full-time job right now and all, and I think a lot of this mentorship is around how can we get you out of that full-time job into working in and with your passion, right?
Yeah.
So you have some questions for me?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
So like I said earlier, I have a passion for fashion and designing, yeah? But each time, I'm like, let me just take this bold step, get out of the 9 to 5. I always develop code fits. What do I do? How do I overcome this fear? Yeah? So I think I'm scared of what if I don't make it?
Okay.
That might be more of my code fits.
Okay. And it's a legitimate fear to have, but it's not something you can't overcome. So I know the cold fit is more around, if I don't have money, how do I survive, right?
Yeah, yes.
But you have this skill set, and you've mentioned one of your clients. At least you have one client, maybe more. How many clients do you have today?
3.
So let's assume that you currently even earn about 1 million Naira a month. Let's assume that, and you're comfortable, in that job, and you haven't been able to make as much as 1 million, right, in a month. One of the first things, if you know you're really passionate about this, you should be ready to take a pay cut. But what you must do is, first of all, ask the question, how much can I survive on a month-to-month basis that it won't get me stressed out? So let's say we establish that is, say, 300,000 Naira, right? You can survive on 300,000 Naira every month. You can pay your bills, you can feed, you can keep the lights on. Then the second thing you would do is say, okay, how many clothes do I have to make in a month to make me 300,000 Naira profit? Right?
Yeah.
Then go ahead and talk to, even if you have just one client. I'll tell you, when I started in fashion, it started with one person. I made 2 shirts for myself. People started to see them and are like, oh, I like this, I like that, you know. And then, you know, I'll make something for someone, and once they're happy about it, they're happy with the creation, they're putting it on, and tell them, dude, could you please just refer me to 2 more people? And those 2 more people refer me to another 2. And I kept growing like that till, I mean, I got to a point where I had to start to basically jack up my prices so that I could do less but quality work for the few clientele that came my way. So I would say, I mean, that's the route to go. Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Okay. So, okay.
My next question is,
Okay.
so I learned basically on YouTube.
Okay.
So I have the skills to make dresses, right? But I don't have the skills on how to monetize my skill. So how do I go about that?
You know, what you don't have is a brand. And a brand is built over time. People pay for the brand. And what is the brand? The brand is the promise.
Oh.
So what is your promise? That you're going to deliver excellent quality fabric, fit, and finish on time. And when you do that consistently over time, and your name, Angel George, which is a nice name for a clothing line, by the way.
Thank you.
You know, Angel George becomes, you know, you have more than 100 people who are saying, oh, I wear Angel George, and they wear it with pride. Then you're starting to, and there are other things you need to do, of course, to position the brand in the media, utilizing influencers and all of that. But the first thing you must get right, the fabric, the quality of your fabric, your fit, and your finish must be excellent for you to now say, yes, I'm on course to building a brand. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I thought in the process, you know, of establishing, building the brand under 40 CEO, right? Did you like come across any life challenging, you know, time during this process? Like, was there any moment?
Do you mean have I come and go, I'm still in the challenge?
No, like when you were building it, you know, I'm talking about, you know, like now I need to, you know, I'm trying to build mine too, right?
Okay.
So I need to know if you know, you came across all of those moments, maybe you developed cold feet or something.
So what I would have you know, so it's not challenges are never in the past, especially if you're trying to build a business and scale a business. And that's what we're promoting at Under 40 CEOs and supporting entrepreneurs across the continent to do. Build a business that is sustainable, that when you eventually leave that business, the business can still run, and that is scalable, that you can take from 1x to 10x. Build a big business, right, that can be sustained without you being in the business. So as long as you're trying to build bigger and better, you will always have challenges.
Wow.
Always. So, I mean, it's not, there's someone who said that,
So it's a continuous
you know,
process.
challenges is the breakfast of champions.
Oh, wow.
And I would like to, you know, borrow that quote and say challenges is the breakfast of business people, of entrepreneurs. You will always have challenges.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so I should expect challenges along
Most definitely.
the way. Okay, so we have a lot of fashion designers out there. I don't want to mention their names, but we have quite a lot of fashion designers. So me coming out fresh, you know, trying to build my brand, how do I break into that space? How do I, you know, like how do I penetrate into the old-fashioned designer space?
Okay, so you know, I mentioned to you that in building a brand, especially a fashion brand, what I deployed in building mine was considering the quality of my fabric, fit, and finish, right? So I also mentioned to you along the line that, oh, you must create a brand identity.
Yeah.
So your brand must be recognizable when people see it, right? Okay. And the third thing is, what sets you apart from all the other fashion designers that exist today? What are you going to do differently? It is called a unique selling point. What is yours? You have to find that thing. And as you're building, don't forget that it's the foundation. You're at the foundational stage right now. You need to make sure that all of those things are built into the foundation so that when you start to lay the bricks for what would either be a bungalow, a couple of story buildings, or a skyscraper, it will not crumble because you got a lot of things right from the foundation.
So, do you think I should go into bespoke clothing, or should I do ready to wear, or do I do both?
So bespoke is a good place to start because you're just starting. You know, when at some points I decided I wanted to do ready to wear, had this client many years ago who was ready to finance it. She was going to give me 3 million naira to do it, and 3 million naira was a lot of money, probably about 50 million naira right now, you know, to build this, you know, ready to wear brand. And I've told this story a few times, how eventually something came up. The week she was meant to give me the money, something came up and she couldn't give me that money.
Wow.
And she told you, oh, I'm really sorry. I was so heartbroken. But one thing I know now is that if I had taken that money, because I now took maybe 100,000 or 200,000 of my money at the time and decided to do the ready to wear, and I lost everything.
Wow.
And if I had taken 3 million naira, I would have lost everything. So this is a time to actually learn how garments fit on people. So by doing bespoke designs, you know all of the different body types you would encounter.
True.
Because not all women's bodies are the same.
No, it's not.
So for you to create a ready-to-wear line, how are you going to cut for all the bodies? Do you understand all of them just yet? No. So understanding them is one thing, then understanding them for every design is another. For making every design work for the different body types is another thing.
True.
So get to make a lot of bespoke clothing first, understand body types, understand what people even want in terms of fashion and design before you decide to go heavy on, so you don't lose all your money. And whatever you do, just start small and then you can keep scaling.
So I'd like to know what drives your ambition.
What drives my ambition? I would say from time immemorial, it's been impact. So across all of the industries that I've been in, and I didn't mention, I was also in the music industry.
Oh wow! Taking me everywhere.
With Tribe Records, yeah. So I ran Tribe Records for many years. We eventually set up what would be the music distribution network that a lot of the biggest artists who ever came to be, a lot of the richest ones, you know, utilized what we set up to make millions and maybe even billions. So impact is it for me. So from music industry to the fashion industry to hospitality, it's impact that drives me, but that drives my ambition. Just the level of impact. And with under 40 CEOs, it's just being able to see more young businesses build businesses that would outlast them and businesses of scale. Because building the African economy is a thing that, you know, at least contributing our quota to building the African economy is something that is quite important to me and to all Black people around the world. The moment that Africa gets its economy together, you'd start to find that Black people around the world would get a better treatment.
True.
And it's so important, and that is really what drives all the work that we do at Under 40 CEOs.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Like,
It was a
really
pleasure. It
learned
was a
a lot.
pleasure, actually. You know, because I haven't engaged around fashion in a while, and
Really?
it's lovely to meet a fashionista in the making. So look out for Angel George
Yeah.
Fashion Company coming soon.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're very welcome.
Under 40 CEOs, Drive Your Ambition, brought to you by Mitsubishi, shot on Samsung. Masilia Motors, sole distributors of Mitsubishi Motors in Nigeria.